Hello everyone and welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, we're back with a bit of Battlefield as we are every week. And hope you all having a good start into the week. Hope Monday wasn't too bad. And yeah. Basically, as you probably saw, there's a bit of free stuff that got added, so yeah, gonna unlock that. Have a bit of fun, talk, you know, the usual stuff. Apparently, they want us to do that. So, yeah, it's gonna have some fun again, quote unquote.
We now control places.
Maybe we should re-roll a few more things because, you know, they seem very annoying. Like, for example, there's also the stuff down here. And that's doable. Okay, that's actually very interesting. But, it's much better. But, you know what? Yeah, that sounds better. Let's get those throwing knife kills, I guess.
Objectives. They're close to taking ground. Objective Echo is under attack.
Wow. Huh. It's one of the few weeks where we're playing some Reeking again.
Be advised, you've lost ground to the enemy. They've taken Objective Alpha off the map.
Oh. Hey, Lena. Oh, yeah, I get you. How are you doing, by the way? Sometimes I'm just a bit, it just was a bit unfocused right now. Nope. Okay. Oh, it's nice to hear. How's the weekend been? How's the start into the week? Here it's just, well, honestly, I kind of fucked, we kind of fucked a bit the sleep schedule, so it's a lot of, should definitely go to sleep earlier soon. I saw Operation Firestorm. I know some people say it's bad now, but, no. It's a good map. It's fucking Firestorm. Like, the thing people have problems with is more like, you need to be a bit more, you know, precise on how you move now. But then, you know, they break down to, oh, there's a bit more cover around, and some of the borders on the map have been shrunken, you know, a bit, because so that you don't have the fucking hill sniping anymore. And people just keep saying it's like apparently super bad, but also like now people claim it was already also bad in 3, and I'm like, hey kiddos, go away, fucking go away. Yeah, like listen, there are people that even claim this game has skill-based matchmaking, and it's like, bruh, you can't always blame something on your failure. I love historical revision. It is so much straight historical revisionism. It's funny how people are like, now, okay. Okay, that was clean. And this will end up on Reddit with someone saying, look at this god-awful movement system. Like, sorry guy, you got outplayed. Yeah, hi, Spambot. But yeah, but wait, you should have seen when the announcement to Golmud Railway hit. It was insane. But yeah, some people say nowadays that you know, Caspian Border and Firestorm were always bad maps. Which is like, so we definitely played the same game then. The same games even. Or then some people say, yeah, Caspian was actually bad in 3, but good in 4, and like, no. Yep. Caspian in 4 was worse than in 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, basically in their last blog post they announced like, hey, we're making a new map. You know, season 2 is like in February, so like in a few weeks. I get why they delayed it. There's enough bullshit that happened over the over Christmas, but they also were like, oh hey, we were making Golmud Railway, which, you know, big sigh on my end, because like, oh god, Golmud Railway. They listened to Reddit, but you know what? They openly said they want to get it into labs. You know, the moment it's you know, the first block build is there, and they want to iterate continuously with playtest sessions on making it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're going to fix Goldwood Railway. It's not an unfixable map. You know? Take the lot as is. Like, it's hard to make Goldwood Railway worse. You can make it worse, but like you have to actively try making it worse. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting actually, because they said it's gonna be the same size as the original, but like now you need actual, you know, airstrips to launch, and apparently it's also not gonna be in the same place. Who knows? We'll see how that turns out. Again, they're working on it. And the thing is, for me, it was a big sigh and like, cool, you really listen to the dumbest people out there. But who cares? They're making it. Hopefully I can get into labs. And maybe I can get some input. Like, it's not like I got 1 point back in the community map project changed. There was something, but okay. The thing is just, the moment that was announced, Reddit exploded. And, you know, not in the yay we won way, but in the oh no, why are you remaking Goldwood Railway way? And I just sit there being like, why did you all fucking scream for a large-scale Battlefield 4 map for months? Again, what did you want? Goldwood Railway? Or Altai Range? But there are... where are the mods when you need them? And by bot. God, really, do some people really think? Oh no! I get that, and I get definitely some contracts that people are assholes if they just spam me. No, you come into chats and spam shit. Go away, bot. But yeah, basically. Goldwood Railway is coming back, and I don't know. I probably am, after the initial you know, after the initial big sigh, I'm just like, who cares? You know? They said they're gonna work on it. They say they will iterate it and bring it up to you know, current standards. I'm fine. You know, it's just the whole, why did you listen to these people? You know, by the way, the same people that then turned around because oh, that's totally the case, but then again, you should as a dev, I would say you should maybe be able to see who the whiners are. And not just, you know. Anyway, Goldwood is coming back, and they're gonna say they're gonna rebalance and work on all the vehicles, because, you know, there's gonna be a big map now with all the vehicles on it. Like, it's gonna be the largest one in the game with all the vehicles on it, and I'm like, you could have also just made Bandit Desert. But again, you know what, I was like, as long as the train flag doesn't move and there's just some more cover, and they don't add the artillery, and then people were like, well, bring back the Himaris launcher. No, no, we do not need artillery. No. Oh. The weird shit is that artillery to a degree worked in 3, because, you know, both sides had it. Still annoying, but, you know, it was only on the 4 big maps. And again, Old side had artillery. Golmud Railway. Yes, it's a big map, but there's just literally just, instead of 2 artillery launchers, there's just 1 in the game. And there's just 1 type in the game. And guess what? It is on 1 flag in Golmud. So 1 team will have artillery, the other don't. And like, I really hope they don't bring back artillery in Golmud. Like, don't do that shit. Just don't. Ah. That was so stupid. There's so much more interesting shit they could do and probably will do that. You know what the dumbest part is about this? Yeah, you know what the weirdest part about this is, Lena? The stuff that got data mined for season 2 is banger. Like, okay, here's the thing. I think I get why they changed shit around. Okay, by the way, if you're wondering, the new map in season 2 is gonna be a bigger one. It's not the same size as Mirror Valley. It's smaller, but it has like, okay. It's going to Germany. It's in Bavaria. It's like a military base in the mountains. Cool. There's like extensive underground sections. Like the center is like there's a big hill with an underground bunker in it. So like basically a mix of Zavod and Monte Grappa from 1. I saw that. I saw the layout. It's simple, but I'm down. This is good map. it is definitely down there. Yeah. I think it's some Hagen Hartmann. So, they should call it Hartmann Air Base. Give something to the strike, which is fans. But no, it looks good. It looks really, really good, actually. There's some, I think, gas contamination on parts of the map. So like, you know, again, a bit like 1 where you need to put on a gas mask and run through. So apparently that's a mechanic now, but who knows? You know, no jets because, and then people are like, oh, why are there not jets on an airbase? I don't know, because Air Start is not in the game anymore. Who knows? But, you know, little birds and shit like that. So it's fine. It's like really fine. Bring back prop planes. Prop planes! Yeah. But you know, cool. We get some new guns. Like, apparently they changed some stuff around because the other map in the season, the internal name is called Subsurface. So, like, might be, you know, a Metro-style meat grinder affair. Who knows? We have to see. Which, you know, isn't bad. Like, I'm definitely not gonna complain about that part. They got really good at making those with 2042, honestly. Anyway. But now people claim this, like, is one of the smallest maps in the game, and I'm just like, hey, Reddit, where did you get that paint subscription? Like, you are drinking this shit by the gallon. What is going on here? Holy shit. Yeah. I mean... yeah, I mean, in the end, apparently, they're working on a few things, and, you know, there's some fun new guns coming. There's an anti-gadget pistol. So, that's cool. Apparently, the newest battle pickup will be the Panzerfaust 3, which is like, okay, interesting that that's a battle pickup. I 100% would have picked that as just a normal rocket launcher. Oh, we will see. The VHS is back, so, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. But... you know, it's probably the funniest indication of they definitely listen to the loudest and most obnoxious, and probably also then some smaller, slower coin planes would be. Ah, There. What do you mean with technicals?
Charlie is under enemy control. We hold the majority of objectives. Keep it up and we'll take more ground.
Stay with me! I got you!
Oh well. But you know what also got data mined for the mid-season update for Season 2? Technical accessibility has been impressed into military vehicle. Ah, yeah. Honestly, that would definitely be cool for a season to have like the whole, hey, you know, side divisions, some side divisions were like put into, you know, have like limited resources and they need to just improvise wherever they can. That would be fun. I mean, honestly, the thing is, I don't know if there is actually a good equivalent to that, but a while ago I said that since, you know, we have now the, you know, the Pax Armata faction like in fucking southern Germany, and apparently also coming through France. I'm like, if they ever make a season about reconquering France, they should remake Argonne Forest from Battlefield 1, but add vehicles, and specifically the Weasel. Because it would be fucking banger to have like a small map with a modern tank cat on it. Yes. I do think they should they should do something in the category of like in the size class of the Weasel, but like find an equivalent for Pax Armata for that. You could do the Panhard crab, but that is also a bit bigger, so I don't know. Big thing though, I do think when it comes to smaller stuff, they should add the Weasel and Juggernaut suits. Just like, you know, that would fit. By the way, Juggernaut suits, yeah, Season 2 mid-season update will bring, apparently, operations back. Yeah, you know what I mean with the whole... The game probably didn't need, like, big maps. It actually needed shit like operations. So yeah, I'm very much interested what comes next, but
Enemy vehicle!
Scorpion, I don't know about that. Let me actually Google that.
Taking fire at these troops! Enemy helicopter down!
I mean, fair point. Scorpion, the Scorpion tank would be definitely... They would fit.
We currently hold more objectives. Our forces are close to taking territory. Be advised, enemy attack is underway on Delta.
Weasel versus Scorpion would be definitely pretty cool, honestly. I totally support that. Like, I mean, at least we're getting you know, NATO MRAP next season, so Oh god, right, that is broken. Yeah. Two little bird variants, operations. I'm just gonna be, I'm very optimistic for what comes next in the game. So. Really could be an usual map spawn, yeah. I'm generally interested in what, like, the quote-unquote dreadnought will be if they, if Behemoth will be, you know, if they bring a Behemoth equivalent back. And also, please let it be the AC-130. I know it's stupid, but, like, you know, AC-130 or, you know, a fake version on, like, from, like, an Airbus plane or so, that would go hard.
Enemy now controlling more objectives.
We're sadly not in the era anymore where you have like armored trains, warships, or, you know, just the big tank. The big tank is sadly not the thing.
Been seized by hostiles.
What's like the biggest MBT that is used in that regard? Oh well.
We are engaging objective Echo.
I mean, you know, it's actually kind of interesting to think about the fact that despite them making a faction with, you know, European vehicles,
The enemy holds more objectives. They will take ground.
yeah, I know I once brought up the Booker and people fucking loved the idea because, like, honestly, the Booker should be in a video game, and you can, you know, you can actually compare, just put like a CV90 variant, like, I think the CV91 something. There's a lot. I mean, I do remember in 3, at least with, yeah, it's a light tank, it's heavy, like, ooh. Ooh. In that regard, you can still make a bunch of stuff, but, like, I do remind everyone that there was like, we had tank hunters back in Battlefield 3, so, I mean, one was a striker with a 1.5mm cannon, and the other one was like a Russian tank, but, like, yeah. Good that you know those things from mind. So there was some cool shit there. Yes. And those could be brought back. Those were really cool, honestly. But apparently, for now, the But yeah, generally I'm like, they could do a lot. But, like, from what we know already, it's like, apparently the final quote unquote expansion of stuff is going to be it's going to be the little bird. But apparently there are jet skis in the files linked to season 3, so who knows? I mean, honestly, considering operations are in the game, I mean, you know what? It would actually make total sense in this timeline, considering, constant wars, Paris got nuked. STVL. Wow. God.
Move to attack the mark objective.
I need to, like, look that up. HSTV. I don't want to know about the Hochheimer Ski- und Tennisverein Google. I want to see about the tank.
All right, our troops are attacking Charlie.
That actually sounds kind of fun. Yeah, you know what? Again, this is a fucking side timeline. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. Well, we have to see.
We're targeting Charlie.
I mean, I'm honestly more surprised that we have not seen, like, any of the real, quality shit yet. For example, like, I still say, I know they probably won't do that, but I do think they should make, like, okay, it's actually weird to me that they currently, what they selected, because I think there was the whole, hey, we shouldn't use Russian vehicles because, it turned out Russian vehicles are really fucking bad. But then also, not use the super popular stuff. I do want to have a,
We need attack support on the marked objective.
how's it called? Like, I do think we should have, like, a full French and German vehicle faction. The French have just cool shit, and also, like, I mean, like, let's not forget who's currently, like, rearming half of Europe. It's just like, Leopard 4, Leopard 2A4, cool. Leopard 2A8. You know what I mean?
Attack support is needed on the marked objective.
Also, I mean, yeah, but also the Swedes have been in like, okay, listen, the Swedish stuff has been put into these games so many times now. But yeah, like a Nordic faction would be definitely really cool. Then again, it's not like I keep saying they should go to, you know, they should just go the Ace Combat route at some point and just be like, here's a new faction for that world. And then maybe have some, like, you know, someone uses the Swedish shit, someone uses the nice, like, Central European stuff. Here's, like, here's a French one, etc. That's true. The CV90 was used a bunch, like, I mean, the CV90 was also in 2042. But there it had that was a railgun tank. Like, the basis was a CV90. They just slapped basically a railgun turret on top, so... Yeah. And they keep having Swedish guns in the game. But then, you know, they don't put the cool Swedish guns in the game, which is like... Well, they have one Swedish gun in here. Yeah, like a Nordic faction would be really cool. Like, I'd say you probably should throw a bit in of Finnish stuff, but absolutely. Yeah, fair. It's true. Like, it's just funny how, you know, the G3 in this game is not a G3 but an AK-4, so... like, I mean, the Patriots would be, like, one of the main things I would say. I mean, those are Finnish. Like, oh, you have, oh yeah, the Patriots were also in 2042, so, like, it's just like, yeah, again, just make one where it's like, you know, you just have all those, the, Scandinavian shit in there. I mean, hey, you know, the thing, what I find very, very funny about this is that, you know, when people talk about, oh, but what about, like, old, you know, material in armies, etc. And then, you know, you have now the Ukraine war, and it's like, people are like, no, Germany, you can't just send over 150 Leopard 1s to the front, and then it turns out the Leopard 1s, you know, a tank built to fight Soviet armor is good at fighting Soviet armor. What a shocker. Yeah, that's, really dug Grandpa out of the retirement home for the literacy. Yeah, it's like, it's just like, oh yeah, we had so many tanks to fight the Soviets, and then, like, Grandpa, it's time to fight the Soviets, and, Yeah, it turns out the, I mean, as many point out, yes, they're using them mainly defensively, but they are shockingly good defensively with, you know, the right amount of, with the right amount of recon work. The Leopard 1s are apparently just doing insane work, and, you know what the funniest bit about that is? It kind of would have vindicated a lot of them back, you know, if ever the whole idea of,
We now hold more objectives. Secure defenses.
that whole idea of, you know, oh, the Soviets are invading would have happened, because keep in mind, the idea was always, like, the Soviets were always like, yeah, we're gonna attack, and the West was always like, no, we're gonna defend. Shocker, Leopard 1s, even in a modern battlefield with drones, etc., are still really fucking effective at just picking off armor.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses.
And then people were like, oh, but, you know, but do other things like the Marder work? Turns out the Marder works really fucking well, because there's always a thing like having 105mm on your side is better than not having. Yeah. And the interesting thing that happened is that that the Ukrainians basically realized, hey, we're having like hundreds of tank bases with 105mm guns on it. Those are perfect for, you know, just reinforcing positions, and, you know, when they're dug in, because basically they're doing a grind war, and they're getting so good at it right now, because, like, if there's armor, they have artillery and drones, and, you know, if that fails, they still have tanks, and, you know, turns out a lot better tanks than the Russians. So well, what was that what was that town called again, where the Russians were like, no, we totally captured that, and now it's like they just have like roughly 100 soldiers in it left, because any advance, or, you know, any step outside of the city was just, whoops, you got spotted by the drone network of the Ukrainians, and you're effectively dead.
Hostiles are attacking objective Echo. Need a medic!
Be advised, the enemy now control more objectives. We are attempting to capture Bravo.
I mean, wait. Like that.
We have secured more objectives. Attention, we need attack support on the marked objective.
FIFA was always fun. I love using it. It's just, it just works.
Right, we are engaging objective Echo. Be advised, hostile troops have secured more objectives.
What the fuck are you doing up there? But yeah, it's you know, one of the funniest stories about that siege in was and the recent siege in Ukraine was basically Ukraine is like testing out their new kill box system there, a kill zone.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses.
Yeah, those are classic. I mean, honestly, a good close quarters map is always enjoyable, always. Like nowadays, I will say, if a Battlefield game launches, it should have one map that fulfills that role, because like it's just fun. Like you don't need only big maps. You need medium maps, small maps. You need one that's just fuck you in your face, and one that is big, and then you have a good balance.
The enemy have secured more objectives. Let's strike back.
You wait. Throwing knives do not kill instantly. Why?
Hostile forces are attacking Charlie.
Oh well.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses. Marked objective is under threat. Defend the position. Maintain our lead on objectives held, and we can take more ground.
I remember one of the funniest things with C4 is I did when someone noticed that you can do that was just go to tank. Apparently in 4 you could do that, like especially in the launch period, you know, when the game was ass and you still looked for some reasons to keep playing. One of the funniest things was just like get some C4 onto the tank, throw a flashbang, watch the chat. It was very hilarious.
Forces. Foxtrot is no longer a target. Be advised, enemy attack is underway on
The flashbang does like so the flashbang does did like 1 or 2 damage, like minimal shit. The thing is, if you time it right, it was enough. Like C4 doesn't need a lot of damage to actually trigger, so that was easy. So people just were like, "How did you kill my tank with a flashbang?" And like, yeah. Flashbangs are non-lethal. It's not that they do no damage. It's always very good.
Right, we have initiated our attack on Charlie.
Oh yeah.
I got you!
Our troops have secured more positions.
Come on!
Move to attack the marked objective. Attack helicopters are prepped and ready for combat.
I don't remember that part, honestly, so do not quote me on that. I really don't know anymore.
Lost control of Bravo.
Spotted enemy vehicle!
Anyway.
Hey, thanks!
Yeah, it could have been one, but I also don't remember. It's been a while. Could have been a T-Mines.
Be advised, the enemy now control more objectives.
Oh well. And, you know, there was always it was always fun to do shit like that. Like, it's one of the reasons you play these games. Just do shit.
All right, we now control objective Delta.
I need to deal damage with explosives anyway.
The enemy holds more objectives. They will take ground if they maintain it.
The fact they made the, God, that is annoying. At least the sits also count.
Our troops are attacking Charlie. The enemy has taken more territory. Ignore Bravo and target all remaining objectives.
Well, I'm interesting how the little bird plays out though. It was Little Bird and M something as its equivalent. I don't know anymore which one though. Some people will probably go bonkers now seeing an SVD with a modern barrel. It's, then again, I am a person that says they should add the Oh yeah, Lena, have you seen the belt-fed water-cooled AR-15? Oh boy, wait a second. Wait a second. Yep, here. They basically just announced that the Lima 1917 water-cooled belt-fed conversion kit for ARs. Just because.
We need attack support on the marked objective.
I love this thing. It's so stupid. It's with the Maxim gun era. I mean, the Maxim gun works really well. It just needed a red dot optic. So, you know, you want to shoot endlessly? Water cool your fucking AR-15, I guess. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is... Oh god. I stumble over amazing things right now. The Armor Lewis, an unholy combination of assault rifle and Lewis gun double drop match. You put a red dot optic on the Maxim concentration, now the Astra Militarum heavy weapons team. Or Ukrainian, who knows?
Okay, be advised. Enemy tank operating in your area. Over.
Ah. But that also reminds me of that one gun that someone made to... Okay. Let me look it up again. Just... We're gonna have some fun in a bit. Now introducing belt-fed musket. You know what, Lena? We're gonna go over a few guns where I'm like, you know, this is cursed, but it should be in the game because it would be very fun if it was in the game. But hi bot and my bot. Okay. So let me introduce you to is the Masterpiece Arms MPA 971. This thing is real. And yes, you're looking at all of this. It's a thing. If you're wondering, this was basically to get around, you know, the assault weapon ban, while also trying to be, something that was produced from the cheapest materials possible. If you think, oh, this is full auto. No, this is semi-auto. This is a DMR. This is a pistol caliber DMR with an Colt AR-15 barrel, Tommy gun drum mag. Don't even fucking know what's going on here anymore. It's just okay.
Objective Alpha is under control. Attention, attack support is needed on the marked objective.
I think it is from FAL, yeah. I think there was an FAL stock because there were like too many around, and they were like, yeah, let's just buy them for cheap. And like, I guess you can make a gun by just slapping shit together. I guess, but
Be advised, the enemy has secured more objectives. Strike back.
this was in the 80s, 90s, so yeah. But still, kind of amazing, isn't it? Bit bashing, not just yeah. It's also just if you want to make, if you want to save money, on your newly designed gun, I guess you can do that. That being by the book.
We now control more objectives. Defend all positions. Right, our troops are attacking Echo. Objective Bravo is under attack. We need to defend the marked objective. Be advised, our forces are being attacked at all secured positions. Be advised, the enemy now control more objectives. Objective Bravo has been secured by hostiles. The enemy has a lead on objectives held. They're about to take ground.
I forgot how it was called. Yeah. I'm just gonna look it up in a second. But there's one gun I think they should add because it will give people aneurysms.
Enemy force has taken more territory. Disregard the loss and attack all remaining objectives. Be advised, hostile troops have secured more objectives.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the fact they should add the CBJMS to the game, because I think that's just a really cool SMG and should be in there. Where is it?
Yeah, I can confirm there's an enemy vehicle. It's operating in your area. Out. Enemy attack is underway at Foxtrot. We are attempting to capture Bravo.
Oh, oh yeah, there we go. I can, I have him again.
We have secured more objectives.
Now, let's kill some things before we look into that next round of, you know, in between next rounds. There's some really fun stuff going on. Whew, sorry for the being a bit silent right now.
Our troops are attacking Echo. The enemy now control more objectives. Objective Echo neutralized. Our troops have secured more positions.
I mean, yeah, it's not just tired. I was also just looking through some things, but yeah, because I forgot the name and I'm like, group.
Visual confirmed on hostile heavy armor bearing east drive.
Of the gun, I think they should add because it would be hilarious to have it with, in terms of you just like what you could do with it, also optically. It's a very funny SMG that's currently around. And I'm sure people will say, it's more recreational stuff. Like, most guns are not in armed service in video games. That's the point. I mean, the ACR also just never made it anywhere, and people still like it. I know it was Switzerland, and I have it. I found it. And yeah, I know it's gonna be very hard to know because it's fucking Switzerland. Like, the only people that probably produce more guns than Switzerland is Germany, and like, fuck, it's just the same people on a rotation actually.
Hostiles now hold more objectives. Hostiles are engaging objective Delta. The enemy has a lead on objectives held. They're about to take ground.
Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I'm just gonna show you now. Because, yeah. Let me just find the original one.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses.
Okay, yeah, so the thing is,
We need defensive support to the mark
you know
objective.
what? Fuck it, I'm still gonna play a bit before I get kicked out of the round. It's one of those guns where, like, if you see it, you're like, that's odd. Then you hear where it's coming from, you're like, that's weirder. And then you just see what they did with the thing, and it's just kind of amazing. Okay,
Attention. Enemies are attacking Bravo.
so may I present to you
More objectives. Defend all positions.
the B&T KH-9. You're probably wondering what you're looking at right now. So basically, this thing is kind of a reproduction. It's weirder. It is okay. It is much weirder, Lena. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, this one is built upon a weapon that exists, an old one, and it's not an American one. But can you guess on which gun this maybe is based mechanically?
Our forces have neutralized Bravo. We have secured more objectives.
It is something Italian, yes. It is post-World War II.
Objective Bravo is under attack.
I can tell you that. It's not, it's after World War II. Oh, I think something is clicking right now.
Hostile troops have secured more objectives.
Yep. This is a Spectre reproduction, basically. And, oh no, it's not the M12. It's the Spectre, which is, already an odd choice. But here's the thing. By the way, you could have seen this because they both have decock mechanisms, which is... Yeah. So basically what happened, and this is just kind of hilarious, basically the CEO of B&T was, you know, one day just firing, it was able to fire the Spectre, and was like, hey, this is a cool MP, they're not producing it anymore. It's B&T, but basically, he was like, let's go and, decock mechanism. I mean, we all want the decock mechanism, I guess. But yeah, basically, he wanted to just reproduce the gun and, you know, get the license and the machinery, but, you know, I think Beretta, or, you know, who made the gun, were like, sorry, we just scrapped all of it. So they basically went and were like, I guess we're just rebuilding everything on our own and make it our own gun. So this is basically the tech of the Spectre, but in a new modern housing. You're probably thinking though, what the fuck is this? That doesn't look that modern, and you'd be right. Here's the thing you need to keep in mind: the Spectre had one of those things that it had quad stack max. The thing is just, there were no quad stack max left from the Spectre. They couldn't also produce them anymore. Sorry.
You're wobbling the table too much.
I stopped wobbling the table. So they just went and were like, so basically B&T was like, go and, let's go and just buy some other quad stack max, because, you know, there are quad stack max out there, obviously. So what you're seeing right on the gun there, that's a Suomi quad stack mag. Yep, that's Suomi.
The enemy have secured more objectives. Let's strike back.
I told you, this gun is getting wild. And just so if you're wondering, wait a second, but the Suomi had also, yep, and they also made a version with the Suomi drum mags.
Be advised, hostiles have captured all objectives. Neutralize their control. taking Bravo.
Peckle, well, Swiss Peckle. Peckly, yeah. Okay, so I have to point out though the gun got at least a little bit more sensible after that, because they obviously were like, okay, we're gonna run out of Suomi quad stack and drum mags at some point. So how about more? Okay, no. It just got partially sensible, Lena. We get to the rest. We're getting to the rest. Don't you worry. Because basically they were like, okay, we need to future-proof this thing a bit. Let's make models with like integrated suppressors and, you know, add a mag catch so you can just insert normal magazines. There's also a variant where you can fold the mag catch and the grip because, you know, yeah, then they were like, let's have that. And you probably will think now, well, that's already an SMG with like a great selection of, barrel attachments and unique grips and magazines. So now they went and were like, hey, what if we just, use that magazine that we have and, yeah. So they basically remade the Spectre and made it a Sten version. Because some people just want to, but you know what? Then they were like, you know what? Why do we stop at Sten? Just... You don't need to joke. This is a modern SMG that is a reproduction of the Spectre that can technically have fucking Suomi drum mags and helical bison mags. Because why not? Why would you not make a gun with helical mags in the year 2025? Just... You see what I mean with this gun should be in Battlefield 6? All those quote-unquote battle dads would just get an instant aneurysm because they would be like, a sleek gun with, top, you can make drum mags or helical mags using every cheesy action movie. Yes, I know. Like, this is a thing where, like, we don't have enough Die Hard movies anymore. It's like... By the way, the Sten variant also folds inward. So, like, imagine if, if there's just, like, a new gang of, like, Swiss people who are, like, guten Grüezi, liebe Leute, and then they just pick out those side-loading Sten MPs. And just one has the helical mag, and it's just like, yes. Again, things that should be in video games, and I'm like, I kind of hate the fact that this is not even talked about that much, because A, the gun is aesthetic. It's like really simplistic, really nice. It's just hooligans, yes. But like, you can do so much shit with it. And, the funniest part about those guns is that these basically only exist because, the CEO was like, I want to make those guns, and the company was like, are they gonna even sell? And then it turns out they always sell out instantly because people want to have stupid guns in their collection. Let's actually go into some different notes. Yeah. I mean, as of now, we're probably gonna have just some fun, you know, some fun stuff is coming up. Again, we get the VHS, we get the MG5, we get the... There's like a Polish DMR also coming. Apparently the Scorpion SMG is coming mid-seasons update, so yay. Good shit. The protection turn this into Müsli. This is cursed, but yeah.
Sector and secure the AO. Enemy positions are ready to engage. Let's move.
Hold on! Let's go!
The enemy has secured Bravo.
I don't like being shot with rocket launchers.
Be advised, Bravo's under enemy control.
I get those few people. Being shot by a rocket launcher is just not that enjoyable. I think this is gonna be interesting if there's another free weekend coming up. Because I do think so. They usually had always a free week, you know, each season. Oh. Because I know people were like, oh no, the game is dying. The game is doing better than High Guard. I don't know, have you witnessed what happened with High Guard yesterday? It was very hilarious. Oh, so basically, basically it was that game that was announced like at the very tail end of the Game Awards. And everyone was already like, wait, that name is a synonym for Overwatch, A, and B, they're really dropping a free-to-play hero shooter. And then there was radio silence until launch day, which I know people said, you know, Jeff fucked them over because they wanted to shadow drop the game, but like, no. The fact they hit 90,000 people on Steam and then almost instantly lost them again is because Jeff gave them a little bit attention before the game released. Like, I'm very sorry to say that. I think people forget that shadow drops are not just like people like a game instantly. It's, you know, it worked for Apex Legends because, you know, people knew Titanfall and there was a PR machinery behind it. So like when Apex Legends came out, they made sure everyone knew what Apex Legends was. And, you know, also Apex Legends was a good game. Yeah, it's also, and let me just be clear here, a good battle royale. Like, it was something new. Okay, so the thing is, okay, so people try to compare Highguard to Concord, but like, ironically, I think Highguard fails on the complete opposite end of Concord. Like, it looks very painfully generic, like it's just, let's take the aesthetic of Paladins. Whoops. And you know, don't have the interesting stuff as Paladins, like all guns are normal guns, basically. Where Paladins is like, yeah, some characters have guns, other characters have axes. But anyway, so okay, Lena, do you want to guess what the central game mode of Highguard is? You just want to take a wild fucking guess what it is. You should add an S to that gimmick to a degree. But yeah. So technically, Highguard is the most overcomplicated round of Counter-Strike imaginable. Give me Smick, my Goblin Artificer. Oh no. It gets dumber. It gets way dumber. Trust me. So first of all, the game is 3v3. Then it's going, okay, you have to vote, you pick your hero, then you vote on a base. Because this game has like bases you attack and defend. Okay, then your base gets placed in an open world map. Then you run around and reinforce walls like Siege, because there is destruction in this game, obviously. Then you can go onto a horse and, you know, go in that open world area, and I shit you not, you mine crystals. You mine crystals and open loot chests, and sometimes shoot at one of the 3 other enemies that runs around in that big empty fuck of map. And if you're thinking, oh, so it has mobile elements. No. There are no NPCs. No enemies. It is just you, your team, and the 3 others. You mine crystals, you go to a shop, and then you buy new weapons at Counter-Strike. Or you loot them, you know, because they have a rarity system. Like an extraction shooter / battle royale. And then, you're like, okay, but what is the goal? Well, then after a certain time, a sword spawns. So it just kind of gets into, it turns into a weird round of capture the flag, where you need to capture the sword, bring it to the enemy base, and then a siege tower spawns and opens up the shield to that base, and then your team can plant 2 bombs and win. Except when you don't get it, then it's back to the open world, which is, you know, kind of like Frontlines in Battlefield, but, you know, Frontlines has more than 6 players on a map. And it's fun. Yeah! You see what I mean? It is a clusterfuck, and then people are like, "Oh, the game is getting review bombed because people only played like 3 to 4 hours and hated the tutorial." I'm like, "No, the game is ass." It's a game that feels like someone designed it just because like those are all things popular on Twitch, so they have to be good together. And no, they are not. Just not. Yeah, it's just kind of insane to me. But yeah, they reached like let me just check really quickly again. Like yesterday they had 90,000 something players. So they reached a certain player threshold, okay? Which was probably also just because no one fucking knew what this game was. It's 18,000 now, dropping. The game sits as at mostly negative. Like, I know people are like, oh, Battlefield lost so many people. No. You know, if something is like over the holidays and people are just like doing other things right now, that's one thing. But just losing nearly your whole player base in less than 24 hours is fucking funny. I mean, what do you expect? And they're also actively deleting reviews on Steam now, which is definitely a good look. Yeah, the P90 is me 6. Also, I played it a while. I just have to use DMRs right now, which is... yeah. But no, the P90 is in there. It needs a buff. It needs a slight buff, honestly. But otherwise, very fun. Yeah, like I'm actually happy that they really went back to like you know, most popular guns from the 2010s arsenal. I'm just like, where's my ACR, guys? Where's my ACR? Are you missing it? It's actually coming out now, so where is it? Spot assists doing yeah. I am so mad that the Jackhammer Mark III was like, you know, it basically just wasn't Battlefield 3. People liked it, and then it was gone. And it's like, yeah, I get it. The Panko Jackhammer never made it anywhere because it was surely an idea that had. But still. I mean, 2042 has that. Wait, no, the way 2000, the way 2000 it has the FN 2000, FN. Sorry, the. Bleh. But yeah, Rare 2000 would be amazing. That thing is great. I hope that would be in a game. You can even make like a futuristic version without the wood on it. Would probably still go hard. Oh yeah, wood with some gold finish, like wood and then wood with gold finish. That would really go hard. Yeah. Everyone waited for that in 2042, honestly, so I'm surprised it's not in 6 from launch, but who knows, maybe that's coming down the line. Technically, they could do the carbine version. Yeah, I mean, I get why everyone uses the A3, but I don't know. I do hope we will get some interesting choices still. I do get why they add the VHS now, because it was just super popular last game. It's a great one. It's kind of surprising that the AK-5 and such is probably not in the roster yet, but I mean, You know, 2042 had the XM8 LMG in it, but yeah. I mean, the XM8 was like... which games were the XM8? Company 1 and 2. Black Ops 2. It's a burst rifle. That was actually kind of interesting. That's it. That's it, I think.
We're attacking the objective Alpha. Objective Alpha neutralized.
Wasn't it technically Crisis? Like, damn. I think the major ones, it was Battlefield and Black Ops 2. I just don't remember. I think a lot of free-to-play games had it. Yeah. You know, Half-Life 2 was supposed to have the XM28, so like, you know, when both were still combined into one gun. That was supposed to be in Half-Life 2, which is... there are mods that restore that, and it's still so fucking funny to me, because, like, this thing just feels utterly out of place. Like, there are a lot of guns that don't feel out of place, but that one... that feels out of place as fuck.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized. Alright, we're taking objective Alpha.
Splinter Cell, Grow, Ram 6, Vegas. Wow, I forgot that. My 8 Crisis. Home. Wait, Homefront had the XM8? Did Homefront have the XM8? No. I knew it had the Panzerfaust 3, but no, not the XM8, right? Let me actually check that, because I played a bunch of Homefront, and I cannot remember. It's a hybrid XM8 RNG36. Oh yeah, the XM10. I totally forgot that. A fucking memory hold. That thing was ugly as shit. Was really not the XM8, but yeah, it's a weird mix. You're right.
Be advised, enemy attack confirmed at Alpha.
Yeah, I totally memory hold the XM10. It's definitely not an XM8 or a G36. It's just ugly. Kind of funny how much the XM8 was thrown around and like it never went anywhere. Like, just completely nowhere. Until everyone realized, wait a second, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, to a degree this was because, you know, manufacturers were like, hey, why can't we prove we can make better guns? And then they to a degree did. To a degree. But, yeah. And then also, you know, Picatinny Rails took over, which, again... Which is kind of ironic if you think about it, that the XM8 didn't have those, but wanted to have like a completely different system. Yeah. I mean, the irony about it is, and it also doesn't work out because the thing is, it's like, you know, with guns, it's like, you know, oh hey, we need something that is a definitive increase over what we have right now. They don't find it. They kind of improve the M4. The M4 catches up again. Suddenly, what the next gun has to do is to be even stronger. Meanwhile, And meanwhile, the Marines just looked at the HK416 and were like, let's replace everything with this gun. It was also, to a degree, like, just interference, because, like, you know, Cold Wars, you know, hey, why can't we get the deal? Why don't you even have a competition? Basically, a bunch of manufacturers were complaining that there wasn't even a competition. They said they could basically make a better one, and, you know, a few years later they had the open competition, and, let's just put it like this. I think the FN Scar actually did outperform the XM8 there. The problem is, you know that the FN Scar was also not adopted because, well, costs. Oh yeah, the XM8 was like the one last time where I could have done it. The FN Scar was too European. The XM8 was also apparently too European, but like the point is more of an how's it called? I think the FN Scar was then like, you know, again, the thing that happened was suddenly that, you know, they upgraded the M4 performed better. So suddenly, you know, all the guns had to perform much better to replace the M4 and, you know, M4 and M16. And then, you know, to do that, they got more costly, which meant that the army was like, well, that's not worthwhile. Which is, I guess, fair, but you're kind of digging your hole here. The whole vehicle thing is another part. It's just like, how? Because basically, mostly too costly for what they provided over the current one. So, yeah, it's all a bit stupid. And I think the irony about this is that most of the project even result in prototyping, and when I do get to the point half the time to get something like the book. I mean, the Booker was cool, but yeah. I think one of the most funniest parts about this whole you know, US Army digging their own grave while Europe is basically upgrading right now is okay, so the problem is the USA actually sits on like still a very reliable system. Like, let's just not kid ourselves. The M16, I'm actually very surprised it's not even in the game right now, because like the M16 is just, it's reliable. It's a good system. And because, you know, its basis, the F-15, is like also so ubiquitous on like every market and like civilian market, upgrading, like upgrade kits, replacements, etc. are just so cheap and ubiquitous that, like, again, most of the times they just upgrade the M16. Yeah. It was kind of stupid that it didn't work out.
Attack support needed on the marked objective.
Okay. But yeah, basically, that's their problem. They're kind of sitting on a really cheap to upgrade and maintain gun. Meanwhile, Europe, like, what can I say about Europe? Like, the shit that happened was Norway and like a bunch of smaller countries were like, hey, let's actually go and you know, replace all our old guns with the HK416. Because the HK416 was reduced already to such a degree due to you know, smaller arms, so that it was relatively cheap and like just a really, really good gun. again, nice, no more throwing knife shit. So yeah, and also, I think Norway was still using up until the M416, like, I think still the FNFAL or something, like an old, you know, full power cartridge or so. Complete insanity to a degree. Like, they were on their old shit, old shit. Then, you know, the next big thing happened. France was like, okay, we're replacing everything. And the thing is that the reason France did it is just like, A, M416 was, you know, a pretty, you know, reliable gun. It was already on the market, and there were like, much like the M4 and AR-16, a bunch of shit that you can adjust. And also their problem was, the FAMAS is a good gun, but the problem is if basically only you use the FAMAS, and it's a relatively complex gun with maintenance costs, it gets actually pretty expensive. So they just sat down and were like, hey, if we actually fucking have to you know, use get a new gun, let's just also get one that is cheap, upgradable, and crucially, just something that we can you know, get shit on the market easier, because, you know, a lot of people are using it. And that actually pushed the price down again, which then made it so that you know, now Germany was like, you know, okay, we have a basically a just like a big problem with the G36, you know, even if it's like, it turns out, well, it was not that relevant anyway. The G36 was just like, in testing, old, worse than the M416, and kind of crucially, yeah, it was basically a gun that was only produced for more than just Germany, so it wasn't as expensive as the FAMAS. But the thing is, France was now buying, so that was just like France and Norway, so like two allies suddenly sit on a huge amount of those guns and spare parts, and like, oh, it makes it cheap. So we all bought. So we also bought our own version of the HK416, which, you know, drove the price even more down. Like, the irony about Europe is switching to the M416 while the US is not doing it. It's just the fact that, yes, they are technically newer and on paper slightly better performing systems out even by HK themselves. But the M416 is so utterly reliable, even if it's more expensive than the AR-15. It's just like the fact that, you know, the Central European military powers both switch to it is gonna basically cement this thing into the future the same way the AR-15 did for the US military. Because every future program will have the same fucking problem. The same. It's quite literally looking at the fact that, hey, there is a gun out that everyone uses, so it's going to be really, 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 really cheap to have. It's going to be really, really cheap to upgrade. And, oh, you want to adopt a new gun? Well, now you have to shoulder everything on your own.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it's not like, you know, there are talks about, you know, a lot of especially Balkan countries are now like, hey, we need newer guns to better integrate into EU and NATO military structures. I wonder which gun we buy. Something tailor-made or something that is absolutely perfect and integrated into the armories of all the major powers around us.
I knew you had my back.
I think the funniest bit is that there's currently beef about the new main rifle of the British Army. The rate of Elbonia, you never designed thing to adopt the HK416. I mean, I don't know. They probably all will at some point. Again, it's like that's gonna be. So many people ordered the fucking HK416 now that some people are saying, you know, it should like get the old FAL title, Right Arm of Democracy. Yeah. And I get why. This thing is like very widespread now. But yeah, the thing is, it is so funny now that the Brits... Okay. Okay, the British really are in a fucking funny situation right now. As someone who doesn't know. So the British Army wanted to replace their main gun because basically the original L something, like the Lee Enfield thing was bad. That thing was horrifying, the A1 version. Then Heckler & Koch fixed it. But it was still, you know, a bullpup with problems and etc, etc. So they had trials, and from what I know, to a degree, so I think they basically settled on an AR-15 variant from the USA, which is not a bad gun, by the way. It's definitely not a bad one. The thing is just, from what I know, a lot of people say this was only chosen because this was during the whole Brexit time, and a lot of politicians tried to push to, you know, distance from EU, and it would be really awkward if, you know, they let slip that the best gun they should adopt would be, you know, also the fucking HK416. The problem is now, well, look where Turf Island is now, and a lot of people just kind of are like, we should definitely go away from the USA, buddies. Maybe we should not adopt an American gun. Maybe we should adopt, you know, the European one. Maybe the same thing every European person does. It is very stupid right now. Very, very stupid. Anyway. I'm looking forward to the time when, I mean, let me tell you, some point in the next years, and they already have a lot of them, and, you know, producing only more will just ship more there. Ukraine will also need to decide on a new main rifle for their army, and take a wild guess what they will probably adopt. mean, it's not like Ukraine is currently like the testing ground for every Western arms manufacturer, which is,
Move to attack the marked objective.
I mean, like, we can long talk about why probably every European country, and like, I know, Ukraine said they want the Panther, but like, let me tell you, Ukraine will probably also just adopt the Leopard 2 A8 at some point because I mean, what can I say other than, you know, it's the whole, oh, this is how we can get,
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
it's basically, this is how we can make the best Panzer tank, God, I'm Germany now. The best tank mix of all. Bam, let's just do it. Oh yeah, I think that was it. Let me just check really quickly. I mean, they're also getting like the first Lynxes now, which is, yeah. That's gonna be very interesting to see how that turns out, because, you know, right now it turns out, you know, current European material is really good against Russian material. Old European material is really good against Russian material. So what happens if, like, the most modern IFV is being sent to the front lines?
Be advised, troops straight down to 50%.
It's really almost unfair because, like, there's no more armor to protect against, basically. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not fair. Like beating up a fascist toddler. You know what? I do like beating up fascist toddlers, though, so I'm actually very happy with the fact we're sending Lynxes to Ukraine. I mean, like, the thing is, Ukraine already has, like, a bunch of Mardas. Like, you know, Germany is like, we're sending them the old stuff, and we're also buying the new stuff in. You know, very convenient to upgrade right now. And it's like the whole, yeah, we have like, what's it called? It's basically like, oh yeah, we have like the new shit here and all that, but you know, Ukraine also gets a bit of the new shit. And the Mardas and Bradleys are already like a really big problem for Russians because like, how should I put it in the best way? It's like, oops. They can't really kill them easily, and so the troops stay healthy inside. Russians get shelled, and then they can reclaim territory. Like, would be really bad if now they get like an even beefier version of that tank. With better guns. Ooh, breakthrough on Firestorm. I really wonder which Operation Firestorm is getting integrated. Or if that is like the whole propaganda combination. You know what? I definitely need a little. If I want to get through that last half hour with. There was a lot of pressure in that cola bottle, you know? Oh yeah, if anyone's wondering, Neo 2, will I tackle the DLC? Probably. Unsure if I, it was Pepsi, actually. I kind of moved away from Fritz, sadly. Sorry. It would just be too, too expensive for my cola habits. Basically, we went onto a weight loss regimen, and also like, you know, the thing is, Pepsi Zero is just like 99% water, nearly no calories, and if I would need some caffeine and fizzy shit, it's just better. Hey. Yeah, I can always say, diet soda is really good. Caffeine fizzy shit, my coffee was sparkling water. Why would I do? No! But I haven't, no coffee in a while, is what I want to say. Oh well. Apparently the dual rendering is being improved in season 2. Like, you know, now you see how the whole monitor zooms in when you have a scope? Apparently what happens, what is now in the next season is like, you know, only the scope you look through is actually zooming in. Everything else isn't. Which is cool, honestly. That's very cool. I wonder how they did that without, you know, getting that much, taking that much programming power, but, There's a bunch of neat shit coming in season 2, honestly. So very excited, actually. But until then, I mean, I have enough on my plan next month's, how's it called? Friday. We have to check if it runs on Agonia's PC. But if so, Neo 3 with Agonia, maybe, the demo. And we really need to check how well co-op will work in the third game. Because if it really is like, I really wish I would just be like, no, you can play co-op from start to finish. Like, would it make Neo 3 a bit easier? Yeah. Do I really care about that? Not really. I'm currently pouring...
Make it harder.
What?
They can just make it harder.
Yeah. I think they also had that in the alpha, that certain...
There were, I think, a few more enemies in certain areas.
Yeah. So maybe they actually adjusted for that, which would just be... I mean, the bosses might still be easier, but who cares at that point? Like, if this is I can play through a Neo game from start to finish with Agonia, perfect. I will say yes. Still very much interested in the whole ninja stuff.
Thank you so much.
God damn it. I want to see how it runs on my PC, and then I think we can definitely nail down if I pre-order that stuff. Well, probably will. I mean, it's Neo 3. I want to play that on launch. And February is so loaded. Again, we have Neo 3, then we have Romeo's a Dead Man, then season 2, then we have and then at the very end, Resident Evil 9, which is just keeping me... I want to say Resident Evil 9 is keeping me awake, but it's just also like... I don't know. I really hope something in that game clicks in the end, but it feels so disorganized. Oh yeah, Agonia. Remember when I had to talk about they shouldn't have stalkers, they should have Crimson Heads?
Yeah.
Crimson Heads are also in Resident Evil 9.
I guess that's better then.
Yes, but also stalkers.
It depends on the stalker.
Yeah, but
If they're more designed like the original Nemesis stalker.
apparently they are patrolling certain areas of the hospital. And the so the point of them is this time that instead of having one stalker everywhere, you have like I think 3 or so patrolling different areas of the hospital they're in.
So like the stalkers in, what was it? The Resident Evil with the fungus.
Basically, yeah. But the thing is more like that they all are supposed to be more distinct. Like, you know, one is allergic against light. That means, you know, if you stay in light areas, it doesn't go through there. And yeah, and one is just too big for door frames. And basically, those are the explanations why they don't go into safe rooms.
See, that's the problem. They should go to safe rooms. Stop.
They should. It would have been so funny if you just go to a safe room like, no more Nemesis. Nemesis kicks the door and hi.
It would be way cooler. Like you need to actually lose them.
Generally, that is one of the biggest missed opportunities in Resident Evil 3 Remake, that they didn't have Nemesis just kick the door in and say and invade the safe room. Like, I'm sorry, that shit missed opportunity. Majorly missed opportunity. But yeah, I don't know. I really hope that something clicks in 9 because 9 just feels very much like, hey, here is popular feature from previous game. Let's just also put it in the game. Okay. I don't know. Ow. At least my leg and foot isn't hurting anymore as much. I mean, the leg is hurting now a bit, which sucks. Ow. And now that I speak about it, it actually hurt it a bit more. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually really happy that it's almost healed. So like, you know, if I ever need to go out this week and you know, buy like the last batch of groceries for January or so, that, you know, I'm not completely in pain. Like, finally no more limping. I mean, yeah, the limping is over, by the way, for everyone who wants to know. It's just like the final amounts of, final amounts of pain getting out, and that's it. But no more limping! Ooh.
You're exiting the combat zone.
Also, at least a little bit of snow fell again, so while I kind of missed out on a lot of ice and snow, sadly, I'm just happy that, I'm just really happy that I can actually now go, walk again, and maybe have a little bit of snow, a little bit of whiteness out in this an environment. That's nice. Okay. You know what? I never looked something up.
Enemy attack is confirmed. Defend the sector.
Interesting that there's a night vision goggles toggle. Oh, it is I.
Hostile attack confirmed on Alpha.
Neat. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if that is coming or not, or when. Probably. I just saw this like for the first time. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that is the fastest losing round on Manhattan Bridge I've had in a while. I mean, I can definitely see how they probably think that night ops will be popular. I mean, hell, I know there's operations coming, but it wouldn't even surprise me if maybe one of the modes for next season, like they already have map variants, so like they can easily make like, you know, Manhattan Bridge or something like the night variant, and have like the night map playlist. Would be cool. Also, apparently you can put on a gas mask in the new one, so maybe gas masks are also gonna be a thing again, so... Ooh. The Nightcore playlist, oh god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Huh.
Hostiles are attacking Alpha. Defensive position is needed on the marked objective.
Okay, fun fact, that is genuinely the next season though. Like, I know some people are now bitching about it because like, basically you go into a gas and, okay, so here's the thing. Basically, gas does a little bit of damage when you're in it if you don't have a gas mask on. A little bit of damage. It's kind of like the freezing effect from the you know, frostbite event this season, as in like, you know, just slower, like, you know, your health reduces. It never kills you. You know, that's crucial. It just reduces your health continuously, very slowly. But also, you see like soldier shadows running around, and some are real, and some of them are not. Like, come on, people. And people are complaining about psychoactive gas in Battlefield. Like, come on, it's actually, that is way more interesting in terms of gameplay mechanics than just doing some damage. But not realistic. I do not care. That's an interesting thing. Well,
We're attempting to capture Bravo.
I mean, also hoping to get, you know, to play the... That was a weird sound. To play the Outward 2 playtest tomorrow. That would be cool. And hopefully maybe one of the Dawn of War 4 playtests that might be happening. The orcs look so cool, and oh god, I really wish I can try that game. I really have to say, orc players very much back. Very, very much back.
Be advised, hostiles have seized Bravo.
Grab what you can. Right here.
I think one of the coolest things is the fact that the orcs have cavalry now. Like, squid riders are a thing. So you can now actively charge into enemy lines and just disrupt them, which is just like... No, the whole thing about you swarm things with boys, you know, everything built and everything killed increases the war, making the boys level faster and have, you know, more units and more damage. Cool. You know, also typical shooter boys, flash kids, etc. But like, cavalry for orcs. That's evil, you know? That's just like high-grade evil shit. Because like, this isn't that this will make the orcs overpowered. It's just you know, every other time, all the 3 times the orcs were in Dawn of War, one of their main things was if they got into close combat, you had problems. The thing is just, how did you do that? Like in 1, it was basically actually, in 1 it was just a very big fuck you on a lot of levels. By the way, should we get some LMG action going? And which one? Let's get a bit here. Let's go back here. You know, like the best one you had were maybe trucks. Got anything in waterproof belt-fed AR-15? Sadly, we have some belt-fed, but sadly not that much. Yeah, that is very unfortunate, I would say. But yeah, the thing is, basically, in Dawn of War 1, I think one of the... Like, the thing is that getting orcs into close quarters in Dawn of War games was always, like, an awkward thing. Like, okay, this wasn't... I think the worst part was always the Eldar, because the Eldar were just able to fucking kite them to oblivion. Which I don't know what to say other than I hated that. It was very awkward. Yeah, that is actually very true. God damn it, what a pun. So the thing is, okay? Orc get into, so orcs, okay? You know what? This one has vehicles, so we're gonna go with the UMP.
Break their defenses and secure all territory. Move out. Move to attack and mark objective.
Yeah, very much amping it up. But yeah, basically, I'm just thinking like you had the truck, which was you could use it. But also you had the I think the most effective one, but it was one of those you need to know when to use it. Oh, what? Ah, okay. Orc Boss was able to just teleport with like his whole thing into people. No,
The mech hero.
Yeah, the one
Big
you
Mac.
the big Mac you built very early. He could teleport into things, and he was like the one thing you did with like a big horde of boys to just like trap a lot of enemies and then maybe get the shooter boys to do stuff. I'd say in Dawn of War 2, because you know the maps were smaller, you were a bit just easier to flank, and also the orc trucks were so fucking good. Like those were the main thing that you flanked with. I think Dawn of War 3 really got it the best because it was just like you had the first of all the orcs were just faster in 3, and it looks like in 4 they have a similar speed. Bigger maps, but similar speed. But also I think from what it looks like they get speed buffs, which is I think they also got in 3, which was like one of the funniest bits to just run over enemies. The war buff. But yeah, I genuinely found it just interesting because like yeah, and then you know Dawn of War 4 now is just here's orc cavalry. So you now have dedicated units that are fast and designed to run into enemies at high speeds. Oh, that changes. Yeah. But actually, War does change. War uses cavalry now. Orc wonders why they never thought about that before. The smart kids thought about that. Now the homies can't run anymore. Yeah, no, that was actually just very fucking funny to me to see that because it's like, oh, orc cavalry. So I legitimately can just, again, have now dedicated units to run down enemy groups and pin them down. It's like, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, I know. When this game is out, okay? I know most of you, most people I probably know, they will either play Necrons, they will play Adeptus Mechanicus, a lot of people will play Space Marines, but like, I'm just sitting here being like, I have my Orcs, I have my Gorguts, and I can just fucking go ham with them. I'm very happy about that. Yeah. Yes, they are. They're the boys.
Half our forces. Let's stay alert. We are moving on objective Alpha.
Yeah, I'm very much interested in Dawn of War 4, how that is shaping up.
We've neutralized
There's a
Alpha.
bunch of good shit coming this year, I think. 2026 is weirdly loaded. Like, you know, I'm also very much looking forward to Pragmata. The demo was just surprisingly good.
Objective Alpha is in enemy hands.
Yeah. It is kind of annoying though how you know, with since the last Game Awards everyone's like, oh, you know, there's Total War Warhammer 40k. Shut up. You want a 40k RTS, play Dawn of War 4. I am not even kidding right now.
Be advised, we're experiencing casualties. We must stop our losses.
Like, one of those games. Here's the thing. No matter what you think about Total War, it's a game where basically Sega and Creative Assembly went with money to Games Workshop, more like, we want your IP. That's it. And you're wondering like, oh, but what about Dawn of War 4? Well, fun fact, as they said themselves, Games Workshop went to King Arts and said, hey, do you want to make Dawn of War 4? So, quite literally, one of them is the game Games Workshop also wants to see realized, and the other one is a game that basically, you know, a certain company and shareholders want to see realized because they kind of blew a lot of goodwill over the last years. I really like the UMP. It's kind of interesting how the UMP became the whole, oh, it's the precise long-range MP in video games. Even if it's not really that, be in more video games though. It's underrepresented in my opinion. It had its big moment, but nowadays, just, it's not there anymore, and I hate that.
Support needed on the marked objective.
Yeah, very much looking forward to Dawn of War. That will be fun. Just, yeah, I have to get through everything else because like we have technically still the Neo 2 DLC. Neo 3 is coming.
We have Bravo under attack.
There we go. I wonder how good the character creator will be this time in Neo 3. Like, can we put even more detailed abs on girls? That's an important question to answer, you know? That went actually a bit too well for a while.
Our forces are hitting Alpha.
Different scope, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, why not? No. I know, we'll see how it how Battlefield 6 will develop with season 2. People are like still doing the whole, oh no, the game is dead. The game sold fantastically. Like, here's the thing. Considering 2042 was, 2042 was considered a failure, and yet received 3 years of support. 6 is a rousing success. They could support this for like fucking 4 years if they wanted. Oh, but that there was not much left. So yeah, they probably have like a good team sitting on everything. Reddit is just stupid. Again, I hope we will see in a soon time stuff from how's it called? Not gonna be done this week. Well, I guess we will definitely be back next week to finish this up. Oh, we had some good fun talking and all that. Tomorrow, EDF 6. Maybe we will finish it this time. We're definitely through like the hardest mission that took us like 1.5 hours last time.
Longer.
Well, it was 2 hours.
We needed like half of the last stream.
Yeah.
And also a good part of the stream before that.
Yeah, like it was that mission was just brutal until we realized, hey, we couldn't just until you use that one mech, and I realized, wait, the lock-on just annihilates half the blooper swarm. That made it pretty easy. EDF is the biggest and the strongest. EDF. It's a great game. But yeah, we're in the final run, so hopefully that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Still, the reveal, I love how the reveal why the aliens keep attacking is just so fucking funny. Because it's like, oh god, this is all stupid. Anyway, yeah, see you all tomorrow then for EDF. And yeah, if anything comes up with like when we do some Neo 2 again and etc., you will see it on Blue Sky and probably also posted on the Discord. Yeah, see you all around. Bye!